When we talk about learning history, most people think about one of these. Hundreds of pages, tens of thousands of words, and a lethal weapon in the right hands. Looking at you, Mr. Wick. Now what if I told you that these textbooks, your local museum, and even your local historical monument, they're a tailored experience. A collection of half-truths shaped into beautiful propaganda. Why do I say this? Let's look at Fagan Park, for example. Fagan Park, established during colonial Australia, a racist Australia. Yet this fact is omitted from any historical documentation. Why do you ask? Because it tells a story about a dark time in Australian history. A time of Australia that didn't echo multiculturalism, that didn't champion immigration policy. It was a time where foreigners were unwelcomed. It was a racist Australia, something that is a far cry from what modern Australia has become. But that is real history. Real history is raw. It is a collection of people's past memories because it's their stories, it's their experiences. That is what history is. To know history is to know our world and perhaps revelations to how we can add our own significant piece to it. On the Sydney Historical Examiner podcast, we look beyond the obvious facts stated in your average textbook. We look beyond the propaganda. We challenge the normal historical narrative. We thrive on it. We do this to give you a new perspective of the world, a new insight of understanding by telling you the stories that matter, the stories of the average person, the people who built the world around us, the story that history likes to forget.